Good evening. I want to welcome everyone to our combined regular work session, regular meeting for this July 25th. Time is now 7:03 p.m. Bow your heads for a moment of silence, please. Thank you. Pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have no special recognition and no public participation.
We have special recognition. We do have it.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry. Pardon me. Ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Good evening. I still see we're missing Miss Hover, which is Miss Newman. She said she's called and said that she was stuck in traffic. So hopefully she will come in while we're doing this. If not, perhaps we can return to this topic again when she comes back.
Sure.
Okay. Tonight we have two schools to recognize for their outstanding accomplishments. East Newton and South Salem Elementary Schools were named Georgia Title I Reward Schools earlier this year, and we recently received their official banners from the state to present to them. Reward schools are Title I schools that fall into one of two categories. The highest performing school is among the 5% of the state's title schools with the absolute highest performance over 3 years from the all students group on the statewide assessments. A school may not be classified as highest performing if it has been identified as a priority or focus school. A highest progress school is among the 10% of the state's Title I schools making the most progress in improving the performance of the all students group over 3 years on statewide assessments. A school may not be classified as a high progress school if it has been identified as a priority or focus school. East Newton and South Salem have earned the reward school designation in the highest progress category. The Georgia Department of Education used data from 2015-16, 14-15, and 13-14 school years to determine this year's Title I reward schools. This means East Newton and South Salem scores place them among the top 10% of Title I schools in Georgia to have demonstrated improved results for students. This recognition is a testament to the targeted and detailed work of the students, faculties, and their leaders. At this time, I'd like to call on Dr. Sheila Thomas, Director of Federal Programs, to assist Mr. Turner in presenting the banners to our schools. First, would Dr. Kim Cody, Principal of East Newton Elementary School, come forward to accept the banner on behalf of your school? Congratulations, Dr. Cody, and congratulations to East Newton Elementary School on a job well done. We are very proud of the work that you do and the work of your staff at East Newton Elementary School. Congratulations. And since Ms. Hovers is not here, I would like to postpone asking. Obviously, she's not able to come to accept the banner, so when she gets here, if we may return and do that, I would greatly appreciate it. And that concludes our special recognition.
Thank you, Ms. Ferry. I need a motion to approve the agenda.
Excuse me, I'd like to make a motion to amend the agenda for the evening.
Okay, go ahead.
I would like to add item, I believe it is S, to amend the superintendent's contract.
Okay, we have a motion to amend the agenda, adding item S, amending the superintendent's contract. Do I have I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Baker. Any discussions or questions? Having none, all in favor, aye? Aye. All opposed? Same. Motion carries. Need a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Johnson, second by Ms. Baker. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries.
Would you approve the amended agenda now?
Sure. I need a motion to approve the amended agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Coggins, second by Ms. Baker. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Motion carries. Superintendent's report.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, Superintendent Fury. First of all, starting off with the operations report, just a few things to bring to your attention. Operations report, July 2017. Business and finance, the SPLOST 4 distribution for April was $973,511, which is an increase of $23,953 from the previous month. The average for the first 28 months of the SPLOST 4 collections is $911,910. The monthly average for SPLOST 3 was $881,483. Facilities, items 1 through 3. The irrigation system for the football field at Clements Middle School is being installed, and turf installation will be completed by July 31st. The plumbing repairs at East Newton Elementary School are about 50% complete. Painting at Clements Middle School is over 50% complete and will be finished before students return. Pupil transportation, for your information, school buses traveled a total of 50,952 miles in the month of June. School buses traveled a total of 2,995,708 miles during the 2016-17 school year. School nutrition. During the 2016-17 school year, 1.3 million breakfast meals, 2.5 million lunches, and 177,000 after-school snacks were served. This is an average of 7,335 breakfast meals, 14,144 lunches, and 1,100 snacks served each school day. And again, just giving you those numbers, helping you to see just what our operations department does for our children each and every day. It is absolutely astounding. And I will also add with operations, the free summer meals were provided to children 18 and under from June 5th to July 7th of this year. This included partnering with Action Ministries to distribute lunches to various community sites and providing breakfast and/or lunch meals to students enrolled in 21st century and extended learning programs. A total of 6,651 breakfast meals and 12,466 lunches were served as part of this endeavor. That concludes the operations report at this time, and it is before you this evening to take action on that item.
I need a motion to approve item A in the operations 1, please.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Bailey. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Coggins. Any discussions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Item B.
Yes, sir. This is the Curriculum Instruction Technology Report. Just want to share two things with you. I'm definitely going to paraphrase. The first thing I want to share with you is item 1. Over 100 students from various schools in our elementary and middle school VEX IQ robotics teams participated in a district-led robotics camp June 5th through the 8th. Participants were introduced to the 17-18 VEX IQ competition game, learned best practices for designing components for their robots, learned how to document their process in the engineering design notebook, and built a competition robot to participate in a tournament at the end of the week. The event was a tremendous success, and the teams that participated have a 6-week head start as they look forward to the 2017-18 season. The other item I'd like to bring to your attention is item 3 under support activities. School system takes a number of steps to ensure the retention of teachers by implementing a comprehensive teacher induction program known as BEST, Building Excellence and Supporting Teachers. As part of the new teacher induction, the BEST Teacher Leader is used to support new teachers in the schools and to assist in the development of a comprehensive induction program. So again, our teachers, they learn a lot about what's going on in this system, how we function. They've gone through some basic steps with us. So again, we do what we can to try to make sure that we have the very best teachers on the first day of school for our students. And that concludes the CIT report at this time.
Thank you, Dr. Lockhart. Need a motion to approve item B as presented.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Coggins. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Johnson. Any concerns or questions? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries.
Mr. Chairman, see that Ms. Hovers is here, so I think we're ready to go into that part of the program.
So South Salem Elementary School also earned the Reward School designation in the highest progress school category. Congratulations to South Salem Elementary School on this wonderful accomplishment. Ms. Taryn Hovers is here, principal of South Salem Elementary School, and she is here to accept the banner on behalf of her school. And again, we'd like to congratulate Ms. Hovers on South Salem Elementary School's accomplishments and continuous progress. Dr. Thomas, I know that Dr. Cody has left, but I would like to ask for you to offer a few words, if you would like to, with regard to the reward school status for both of our elementary schools.
Well, thank you. I just want to congratulate again South Salem and East Newton Elementary Schools for this distinguished status of Title I Reward Schools. They have worked very hard. I just want to thank the administration, the faculty and staff, the parents, and the students for everything that they've done, because it is a tremendous feat to show progress and to show progress over a 3-year period of time. So I've enjoyed working with both of the schools. I wish them continued success, and I look forward to working with them again this school year.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We have no old business. We'll move to new business. Item A, Ms. Robertson.
Good evening.
Good evening.
The superintendent recommends the adoption of the FY18 millage rates as follows. M&O millage rate 20, the debt service millage rate 0. The millage rate for M&O will remain the same and is more than the rollback millage rate of 18.666. The M&O millage rate may not exceed 20 mills by law. The debt service millage rate will remain at 0 mills, as we will be using ESPOS 4 funds to help pay the principal and interest on our bonds. The total combined millage rate will be 20 mills.
Can I get a motion to approve item A?
So moved. Second.
Motion by Mr. Johnson, second by Ms. Baker. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item B, Mr. Warfield, Ms. Warfield.
Good evening.
Good evening.
The superintendent recommends the following parent representatives as a board of directors for the Newton College and Career Academy be approved. Al Covey High School, Lynn Bugg, Eastside High School, Mike McCory, Newton High School, Timothy Reed. For background knowledge, the Newton College and Career Academy Charter School received approval by the Georgia Board of Education on March 11, 2010. The charter outlines the requirements of a governing body and outlines classification of board members. The following board positions are being recommended for approval. The Board of Directors will assume responsibility at Newton County Career Academy on August 1, 2017.
Can I get a motion to approve item B, please? So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Bailey, second by Ms. Baker. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye. Aye. All opposed, same. Motion carries. Thank you. Ms. Ramsey?
Good evening. I will be presenting items C, D, and E.
Okay.
Item C, the superintendent recommends the approval of the attached agreements between the Newton County School System and Kathy Stubbs and Terry Justice for services to students with disabilities in accordance with their IEPs for the 2017-18 school year. The school system is required to administer developmental assessments for preschool students referred for evaluation through Child Find. Through the agreement, Ms. Justice would also assist special education teachers within NCSS regarding testing procedures and developmental evaluations. The agreement of 19 hours per week plus travel expenses is attached. In an effort to support IEP compliance, Ms. Kathy Stubbs will perform reviews to include student records and files. She will review processes and procedures in place and identify areas that are having a negative impact on meeting Georgia DOE timelines and student achievement. And the agreement for that is also attached.
Can I get a motion to approve item C, please?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Baker. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Coggins. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye. Aye. All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item D.
Item D, the superintendent recommends the approval of the attached agreement between Newton County School System and Celio Best for sign language interpreter services to students with disabilities in accordance with their individual education programs for the 2017-18 school year. The school system is required to provide sign language interpretation for students whose IEPs require these services. We provide these services through contractual agreements with both individuals and agencies. Sign language interpreters work 8-hour days. The sign language interpreter is contracted on an hourly basis with no benefits included, and that agreement is also attached.
Can I get a motion to approve item D?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Johnson, second by Ms. Coggins. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye. Aye. All opposed, motion carries. Item E.
Item E, the superintendent recommends the approval of the attached agreements between the Newton County School System and the following providers to provide speech services, occupational therapy, physical therapy, vision services, and deaf, hard of hearing services to students with disabilities in accordance to their individual education programs for 2017-18 school year. The district is responsible for obtaining, providing, or arranging for the provision of special education services as determined by the student's individual education program or IEP. Newton County provides these services through contractual agreements with outside agencies when the need for services for students with disabilities cannot be met through system employees. Hourly rates for contracted services are based on years of experience and level of degree obtained. NCSS is currently contracting with agencies to provide services for speech-language therapy and other related services as required by students' IEPs. The contractual agreements with Atlanta Pediatric Therapy Incorporated, Career Links, and Prime Care Health Solutions Incorporated are attached.
Thank you. I need a motion to approve item E, please.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Johnson, second by Ms. Baker. All in favor, aye. Aye. All opposed, same. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item F.
Good evening.
Good evening.
The superintendent recommends the approval of the purchase of Iowa assessments for use in elementary and middle schools. The assessments will be administered during the month of August. The board has been granting the purchase of Iowa assessments for use in grades 1 through 8 for the purposes of measuring student performance relative to criterion and norm reference standards. This purchase will allow the district to measure student growth as required by Senate Bill 364 and provide college and career readiness benchmarks. These assessments will also provide the district with valid and reliable data to measure instructional effectiveness. The purchase amount is $135,600 and is budgeted in the FY18 budget.
Thank you. Can I get a motion to approve item F?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Bailey, second by Ms. Baker. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye. Aye. All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item G.
Good evening.
Good evening.
The superintendent recommends the purchase of licenses for BrainPop 24/7 software program for 11 elementary schools and 4 middle schools. BrainPop is an online program that creates animated, curriculum-based content to support educators and engage students. BrainPop can be used at school or at home. This resource includes flash-based movies, quizzes, experiments, timelines, activity pages, and much more, covering hundreds of topics within math, science, social studies, and English language arts. All content is aligned to and researchable by the state standards. The total cost to purchase these licenses for the 15 schools is a total of $26,643.99. This cost will be paid with budgeted FY18 Title I Part A school allocated funds.
Thank you. Need a motion to approve item G.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Johnson, second by Mr. Bailey. Any questions or concerns?
No concerns, but I'm happy to see this come to be a reality. I think it's going to do great things for our students, and especially those that are not up to speed in our academic performance. I think it's going to shine a light that they're going to enjoy and we'll realize. Thank you for the effort.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other concerns or comments? Having none, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item H.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman.
Good
Board
evening.
members. The superintendent recommends the annually renewable contract for heating, ventilation, and air conditioning services awarded to Air Conditioning Specialists Incorporated of Covington, Georgia, be renewed for an additional contract term. The effective date will be July 26, 2017, and the expiration July 25th, 2018. Background, the contract was originally awarded on July 22nd, 2014. Bids were evaluated based on the contractor's labor rate pricing, cost markups for parts, and materials were reviewed as well. After review, it was determined the bid submitted by ACS Incorporated offered the lowest combined cost to the school system. The vendor has performed satisfactorily, met all contractual requirements, and has agreed to continue their service under the current terms and conditions of the contract. The estimated annual value of this contract is $420,000. This cost will be paid for with budgeted FY18 general funds.
Thank you. Need a motion to approve item H.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Bailey. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any questions or concerns?
Yes, I have one comment. When we have a contractor, our contractors participating in a bid, can we have it as part of our agenda as to who the contractors are and what the price is?
Yes, sir.
Because this don't give you a true picture without asking for the additional information. Minimum, we should have a comparison of what the cost from the various contractors submitted. I appreciate that
Yes,
addition.
sir. Thank you.
It's just a renewal.
So it's just on renewals, we don't want to include that information, but we can start doing that. But when the item is first bid, we include that information in the memo for you all to review.
That's why it's not there tonight.
Okay, I hope that's the exception. Thank you.
Any other concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Item I.
Good evening. In item I, the superintendent recommends the school system purchase 2 54-passenger buses, 6 72-passenger buses, and 1 72-passenger compressed natural gas bus from Peach State Freightliner of Jefferson, Georgia. And you can see the quotes for the bids outlined in the chart there before you. The school system will utilize both budgeted FY18 capital funds and bond funds received from the state to purchase the school buses. Based on the state's allocation, the school system has been allotted a maximum reimbursement of $231,648.75. The remaining balance of $664,609.25 will be paid for with capital funds. And I just want to highlight that one of those buses does utilize CNG fuel and is being recommended for, in part, for some of the following reasons. CNG is a cleaner burning fuel that reduces harmful emissions and helps improve air quality. CNG is less expensive than diesel fuel and does not have great fluctuations in pricing in the marketplace. There's an anticipated reduction in maintenance cost. As you may be aware, the City of Covington operates a CNG fueling station on City Pond Road. The city has proposed a set rate for CNG for a 12-month period at $1.25 per gallon of diesel equivalent. The rate would not vary and would be reviewed annually. If the school system decides to add more buses in the future, the city would review that rate structure and determine if it could be lowered based on consumption. The bus that we're purchasing will be utilized on a route that is near the fueling station. The purchase of one bus will provide us with an opportunity to assess savings and serviceability. At the $1.25 per gallon rate, the payback on the additional cost for the CNG bus is approximately 7 to 8 years. The CNG bus would have an annual fuel savings of $3,130, in addition to the other savings that we anticipate related to service of the vehicle. And that is item I for your consideration.
Thank you. Can I get a motion to approve item I?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Coggins, do I? Okay, second by Mr. Bailey. Any questions or concerns?
I'd like to just ask the lifespan of the CNG bus, is it any different?
The number that has been used is 20 years. So on average, we anticipate 15 years from the normal diesel engine. So it is a little bit longer.
Thank you. Any other concerns?
Another question. What do you consider when you want to purchase a 54 versus a 72 or any other size of a bus? What are some of the factors?
The 54 passenger bus is what we use for special needs students, so we put less students on that bus because oftentimes they require greater supervision and really individualized transportation plans. So it's less students on the bus in those situations.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Anyone else? Okay, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item J.
In item J, the superintendent recommends the identified items be declared surplus and disposed of per board policy. That's item J for your consideration.
Can I get a motion to approve item J?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Coggins. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Bailey. Any concerns or questions? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item K.
In item K, the superintendent recommends the adoption of a resolution requesting the assistance of the Georgia Department of Education Facilities Section in the development of a 5-year local facilities plan. As you may know, every 5 years, the school system is required to develop and submit a facilities plan to the State Board of Education, identifying facility needs for the ensuing 5-year period. The school system's current 5-year local facilities plan will expire on June 30, 2018. The Georgia Department of Education's facility section will provide assistance to the school system in the development of the 5-year local facilities plan upon adoption of the resolution requesting such assistance. It is anticipated the updated plan will be ready to be adopted by this Board of Education no later than April 2018 and approved by the State Board of Education no later than May 2018. And the effective date of the new local facilities plan will be July 1, 2018, and ending on June 30th, 2023.
Thank you. Can I get a motion to approve item K?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Baker. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Johnson. Any questions or concerns?
I have two questions.
Sure.
So, Dr. Barr, on this facilities plan, the last one we had people outside of the county that were on the plan, correct, that came through. Will it operate the same way?
Yes, ma'am.
Will it be the same people?
No, it's who the state selects to come in. It's from surrounding counties that come in and help us with that process to evaluate our needs. Once we finalize the plan, they come in and approve the plan, and then it's submitted to you all for approval.
Okay, so then the other question I have is the things that are currently on the existing plan that's going
No, and I guess it's important to remember with the 5-year facilities plans, we identify lots of needs, and all the needs that we are eligible to receive funding for.
Okay.
And then we try to prioritize those, and it's really just a way to make sure that we're generating the funding that's due the school district.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item L.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Superintendent recommends that the 2018 Newton County Carl D. Perkins Career and Technical Education Program Improvement Local Plan be approved. You'll see in the background, the plan is submitted annually to the Georgia Department of Education. Perkins law requires local boards of education approval before federal funding can be utilized. We've historically brought this item to the board, as we're doing tonight, prior to the beginning of the school year. Approval allows us to access our federal grant for FY18. The total federal Perkins grant awarded, you'll see, is $169,190. Changes to this plan are outlined also in your packet. There's not many changes you'll see. There were some information and figures updated throughout as is appropriate as we roll into the new school year. Our pathway completion information was updated to include our most recent numbers, and you'll see that our FY17 completer totals more than doubled from the previous year, and we expect that trend to continue. You also have a chart near the bottom showing performance indicators that are tied to Perkins grant funding and how we compare to the state's performance. And you've always got to keep in mind that they lag. So it's 15-16 school year data. And we outperform the state in several indicators you'll see, and we continue to work on all of the areas, but also have specifically highlighted improvement within the grant connected to academic attainment in math, where we did not meet our performance indicator. And so that academic attainment indicator specifically for math is connected to how well the CTAE concentrators perform on the state standardized math test in high school. Our department is planning to help move the needle in that area by ensuring our teachers collaborate with academic instructors, highlight areas where students struggle, and provide practical application through CTAE classes to help improve those math scores on their math tests. That's what I have for you tonight.
Thank you. Got to get a motion to approve item L.
So move.
Motion by Mr. Bailey. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Baker. Any questions or concerns?
I have a comment.
Sure,
I
go
think
ahead.
this is the second year that we have not met our math target. Is that correct?
No, sir, I believe we met last year. We missed last year on the technical skill attainment and on the ELA target. So we were able to move those needles forward, and math took a dip.
Okay,
So
well,
we'll shift our attention.
My
there.
mistake.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item M.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
I'm a little shy around a microphone.
Well, we noticed that you kind of calmed down a little bit.
Do we have to dance?
I'll be bringing forth items M, N, and O. The superintendent recommends the annual renewal contract for and the purchase of the following vendors: Canvas Learning Management System, or Audio Enhancement. Canvas Learning Management System, or LMS, is an enterprise software application that delivers documents, tracks reports, and manages instructional content, and enhances and supports classroom teaching and learning. After review of alternatives in the marketplace, the LMS Canvas, developed by Instructure, was identified as the best available on the market. The total contract is $77,681. This cost will be paid for out of the FY18 general funds, and additional documentation is on file available for review. The next item on this one is the audio enhancement. ViewPath is, I think at this point everybody kind of has the background of audio enhancement. The project that we're currently going to be working on includes the selected classrooms at high schools, middle, and elementary schools, West Newton, the Central Office, Rise Academy, as well as the Newton College and Career Academy and the STEM Institute. This includes the new rack mount server, the safe control system, add-on drivers, SLED, enterprise software upgrades, project management, shipping, and on-site installation and setup. The school system will be utilizing a competitively bid contract managed by PEPM, a national technology bidding purchasing program, to purchase components needed for the project. The total contract value is $176,950.84. The cost will be paid for with capital funds, and additional documentation is on file and available for review.
Thank you. I need a motion to approve item M.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Ms. Coggins, second by Ms. Baker. Any questions? Having none, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Item N.
All right, next item, the superintendent recommends servers needed by the school system be purchased by Dell Corporation of Round Rock, Texas. As part of an ongoing evaluation process, the technology department has identified the need to increase the network storage capacity of our existing technology infrastructure. The school system will purchase the necessary technology from Dell Corporation. The Dell PowerEdge R630 servers are versatile, configurable, and offer a wide variety of solutions in large application, databases, and virtualization of environments. The school system will utilize the state contract to purchase the equipment, and the cost is, you see in the table below, a unit price of $14,967.15 for a total of 4. That'll bring in a grand cost of $59,868.60. This is paid for out of budgeted capital funds, and additional documentation is on file and available for review.
Thank you. Can I get a motion to approve item N?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Bailey. Second by Ms. Baker. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye? All opposed, same.
All right, now, item O.
Item O.
The superintendent recommends the internet content filter software needed for the school system be purchased from Fortinet Security Systems of Gilroy, California. iBoss cybersecurity system provides an educational focused content filtering solution that provides a scalable, customizable protection for all devices that access the network. The solution provides cloud applications and social media controls, as well as mobile device protection. It allows safe internet access without overly blocking, which is necessary for 21st century learning environments. The software was selected by the technology department following a thorough evaluation process conducted to identify a cost-effective internet filter solution. The iBoss software will be procured through a reseller, Fortinet. The school system will utilize the contract managed by PEPM, a national technology bidding purchasing program, to purchase the software. The total cost of the purchase is $69,690, and this cost will be paid for by budgeted FY18 general funds. Additional documentation is on file and available for review.
Thank you. Got to get a motion to approve item O.
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Coggins. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Bailey. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item P.
Item P, authorization for superintendent to employ transfer staff. Recommendation, the superintendent requests that she be authorized to employ or transfer staff during the first month of school as enrollment and class size equity within the district demands. A little bit of background. Daily review of the numbers occurs in order to add or collapse classes early in the school year. Based on those reviews, the superintendent has historically been granted the authority to employ or transfer staff as needed in order to effect the change prior to the August board meetings. These additions or transfers will be included in the August and September personnel recommendations for ratification.
Okay, can I get a motion to approve item P?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Johnson. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Bailey. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item Q.
That would be me. Mr. Turner, I recommend that the board approve the local board governance annual report to be completed as required by the Georgia Department of Education. For background information, yearly training requirements are set forth by the DOE for local school board members and superintendents. Approved training sessions by approved trainers are offered during the school year on a variety of topics and also at the Georgia School Board Association Winter Conference and the Georgia School Board Summer Conference. There are required fees that may be associated with those trainings. However, a record of the completed training has to be submitted to the Georgia Department of Education at the end of the school year. And so my recommendation is that you approve your training document as all board members have satisfied the required training hours that are required by the Georgia Department of Education to serve on a local school board.
Can I get a motion to approve item Q, please?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Bailey, second by Ms. Baker. Any questions or concerns? Having none, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. Item R,
Item R, the superintendent recommends the approval of personnel recommendations made during executive session.
can I get a motion to approve the superintendent's recommendation as presented, please?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Coggins, do I have a second? Second by Mr. Johnson. All in favor, aye. Aye. All opposed, same. Motion carries. Item S. Need a motion to approve the superintendent's contract as discussed in executive session.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Coggins, second by Ms. Baker. All in favor, aye. Aye. All opposed, same. Motion carries. Any other matters of interest? Ms. Coggins?
No, just looking forward to my kids going back to school on Friday. I know they're not. And open house was at high school for my ninth grader was great tonight. Thanks for allowing me to go before the meetings. Kind of scary, but we'll get there.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson.
No.
Mr. Bailey?
Sure. I just want to say kudos to the team that put together the convocation or the opening session. I don't know if we can use the word convocation anymore. But anyway, just grateful for you guys. We had 3 amazing speakers, but it was an event I'd love to be a part of. Like, my 2 favorite times of the year are opening session and graduation. And it seems like an eternity between the 2. But it was a great program, so thanks to the whole staff that put that together. And there's a lot of hard work goes into programming that kind of event. And I believe everyone left inspired and ready to take on the year, so thank you.
Ms. Baker?
So Trey took one of mine, so
Yes.
that was one. The other one is Rise Academy. I don't want to forget about them, so normally I always request when we're doing a new program or something like that, that we as a board do some type of tour or go over there and see it. So once they're up and running and they feel like they are settled enough for us to visit, I would like to have a visit over there. Don't want anybody to feel left out, definitely, and want to show my support as always.
Absolutely.
And then the other thing is, just want to wish everybody a successful school year. So thank you guys for doing what you do.
Ditto to Mr. Bailey, what comments he made, and also Ms. Baker. But I would be remiss if I didn't say that I've never seen the system so fired up as they were the other day. I mean, there was a lot of energy there, and I think I'm looking forward for us having a very successful school year. Thank you for all of you people who put this together. Thank you for your support that you've done and the hard work that you do each and every day, that you show up wherever you work. That's not only just you, that's from the teachers, the administrators, the bus drivers, the nutrition people, everybody, because you all work as a team, and that's what's so important, because when we work as a team, we can get a lot done, and I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. Ms. Fury?
Just a couple of things, but thank you very much for your commendations regarding the opening session. This team worked really hard to pull that off, and I'm really proud of the work that they've done to get us there. And speaking of the team, just want to make sure that we recognize again Dr. Barr for receiving his doctorate this summer, and of course our newest member of the doctorate team would be Dr. Nikita Warfield, both of whom reached that milestone this summer, and we're really proud of the work. I recognize how much time, energy, and effort it takes to secure those advanced degrees. And I've had the great pleasure of seeing you be smarter the very next day. So thank you so much for dedicating your time to achieving that degree, because it's a lot of hard work. And then finally, just to say, we are really excited, super excited. I don't think I've been this excited about the opening of a school year in many years. I'm always really excited, but for some reason, 17-18 feels like this is going to be the very best school year ever. And I'm excited that the kids will be back on Friday, and look forward to getting out Friday afternoon with our team to visit all of our schools, or as many as we can during the course of the school day. And look forward to seeing parents as they drop kids off, and look forward to a very successful 17-18 school year. And thank you, Board, for your constant support and guidance, direction, and keeping us on the straight and narrow path, ensuring that all we do is to support our students. We really appreciate your work as well. So thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay, I need a motion to adjourn, please.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Johnson. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Coggins. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion carries. We stand adjourned. Thank you. Yeah.